Collaborative spaces are a fundamental part of working with the 3D Experience platform and cloud services in SolidWorks, but their function is often misunderstood. Are they like folders in Windows, or maybe more like network drives or PDM vaults? And how many should you actually have? Let's find out in this 2-minute tech tip. Collaborative spaces can be accessed in both SOLIDWORKS CAD through the task pane and on the browser-based 3D Experience platform using the 3D Space app, and they effectively function as storage spaces for CAD designs and other related files. But it's not quite that simple. Access to these collaborative spaces is based on permissions typically assigned by administrators, with the idea being that only certain individuals should have access to certain files. And further, they should only be able to do certain things with those files based on their role in the company. The default common space you may have already seen is often used for standard components and template files. In a typical organization, some employees might only be able to view these files and nothing else. Others may be able to add to the space but be unable to change anything in it. And certain individuals may have the ability to edit the files or even add new members to the space. While it is technically possible to have as many collaborative spaces as you'd like, for logistical and organizational purposes, it's best to have as few as possible to minimize the complexity of permissions and the need to swap back and forth between multiple collaborative spaces. When creating additional spaces, it's best to consider groups or types of data rather than individual design projects, and then add members with permissions based on the level of access they should have to the files contained within, similar to SOLIDWORKS PDM, and the available viewer, contributor, and editor capabilities. To organize projects more effectively, we highly recommend using the bookmark editor rather than creating new collaborative spaces, which, to reiterate, really just control visibility and permissions. In the same way that bookmarks in your favorite web browser allow you to save and quickly access web pages from across the internet, bookmarks in 3D Experience let you organize and quickly access files from any number of collaborative spaces. To summarize, use collaborative spaces to control who can see certain files and what they can do with them, and use bookmarks to organize the files that you're working with. Even if you're not an admin, it's good to understand how collaborative spaces work, but you might just be more concerned with navigating between them rather than creating them. To switch collaborative spaces in SOLIDWORKS, use the 3D Experience Task Pane tab and look for the drop-down arrow between the search bar and the name of the current collaborative space. Here, click the gear icon, and then use the drop-down next to the collaborative space to view the other spaces you have access to. Simply click the one you want, choose Save, and you'll be working in that space from now on. When using browser-based tools, the collaborative space can be controlled from within the 3D Space app. Click the blue compass, scroll down to 3D Space under My Apps, and click to open it. This will show any collaborative spaces you're currently a member of, and double-clicking a space will reveal all of the files within, at which point you can begin working with them, based on your permissions within that collaborative space, of course. If you learned something today, give this video a like and consider sharing it so someone else can figure out what collaborative spaces do. And if you want to learn more about collaborative spaces, bookmarks, or any other aspect of the cloud services tools available within SOLIDWORKS or your web browser, be sure to visit our library of courses available for 3D Experience at solidprofessor.com. Thanks for watching.